Hey guys, it's Abdul, your weekend host here at 93 WIBC. Always a pleasure to be here. Been out for a little while. Wife and I took a little vacation last week. The lovely Mrs. Shabazz needed to get out of town and she wanted to go to the beach. And since Lake Michigan was out of the question, I took her to North Carolina. But we're back, so I want to get you up to speed on a few things that have happened since we last got together. First of all, in state news, Republicans and Democrats both had their state conventions, and they have picked their candidates for statewide office. Now, those are races for Secretary of State, for Auditor, and Treasurer. Now, what's interesting is while Republicans tend to have the organizational advantage in a lot of these statewide races, the challenge is going to be to see if Democrats can muster enough energy on their behalf to really make a difference. You know, there's been a lot of big talk about a blue wave, but I think people lose sight of that when they talk about a blue wave, but not necessarily the red wall that Republicans are building to go ahead and sort of combat that. So it'll be interesting to see whether the Democratic energy, on the one hand, can generate sort of enough political momentum to overcome the Republicans' organizational advantage. Now, please note, a lot of this will also be centered around the U.S. Senate race with Joe Donnelly and also with Mike Braun. I've had privy to some information regarding some polling in that race, and for the most part, it is pretty much a statistical tie. Matter of fact, by my last analysis that I did, is that this race could basically be decided by less than 2% of the entire electorate here in the state of Indiana. Looking at some polling data up in the 3rd Congressional District, that's sort of the Allen County, Fort Wayne, as well as also down in the 9th, Mike Braun leads in the 3rd District by about 50-42, and down south by about 47-42. Now, please note, these are districts that Donald Trump won by double digits. And so we thought it was interesting that there was these races this early in the game, 20 weeks out from Election Day, we're still respectively this close. So that once again tells us that it is going to be a very close race. However, something else to keep in mind, I was told by a friend that things may not necessarily have been all that great between Joe Donnelly and some of the Union Democrats at their last state convention as well. So we got to do a little bit of follow-up on that part to double check and see what exactly is going on. But the U.S. Senate race is definitely going to be close. A couple of things too I want to talk about was, of course, the crime problem here in Indianapolis, as we are about, June 22nd? Yeah, as we have this conversation, we're right now at about, 67, 68 murders in Indy, which puts us on track to break another record year of criminal murders here in the city of Indianapolis. And this will be the 3rd year in a row that we've seen an increase in crime and homicides. Now, the mayor of Indianapolis, this week they unveiled a plan to sort of deal with that. And what they unveiled wasn't bad, but one of the things that the approach is that it deals more long-term with young people, with folks who already come out of the criminal justice system. It doesn't really, in my opinion, address the immediate need that the city needs to see, which, by the way, is only going to get worse, because as the old saying goes, if past performance is indicative of future earnings, usually the crime gets really out of control between the months of July and October. So kind of keep that in mind. We're already a record pace ahead of where we were the last 2-3 years in a row, and things are only about to get a whole lot more complicated. And finally, the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about, since we're sort of reconnecting and regrouping today, is yes, I did go see Stormy Daniels this week when she came to Indianapolis. Part of it is, remember, I write about government and politics, and so she is connected to the president, involved in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. So there is that political angle, and also there is my morbid curiosity. So what I think, well, guess what? You want to find that out, you're just going to have to read what I wrote at WIBC.com. I will tell you this, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably about a 6. I've got some experience with these things from my younger days. I went to law school in St. Louis, and the East St. Louis area has the highest per capita of strip clubs outside of the Las Vegas area. And also because I used to be a radio disc jockey, I have a voice, so I got offered a job as a strip club announcer once. So I can speak with a little bit of expertise in these things. But if you want to know my thoughts on Stormy Daniels, just check out my blog post at WIBC.com. This Saturday on the program, Saturday at 1 o'clock, we'll talk to Ball State economics professor Mike Hicks about all the tariff talk that's been going on, as well as the online sales tax that the Supreme Court just cleared. We will also chat with my good buddy Adam Wren. He's a political writer, contributor to Politico and Indianapolis Monthly, about the national scene. City Councilor Colleen Fanning about some things that have been going on in the city as of late, and a couple other things as well. So that's going to wrap up my commentary for this afternoon. It is always good to see you guys, and we'll talk to you on Saturday at 1 o'clock here on 93 WIBC. You guys have yourselves a great day.